Night is here now. Soft, quiet, easy. Nothing needs to happen. Nothing needs to change. This is a time for slowing down, for sinking into rest. Feel the simple fact that you are here, in this place, in this moment, held by the surface beneath you. Notice the weight of your body gently settling, the way the bed or the couch or the place where you lie rises up to meet you, supporting you without effort, holding every part of you just as you are. The dark around you is kind tonight, not heavy, not sharp, only soft, like a quiet blanket spread through the room. You do not have to look at anything. You do not have to respond to anything. Nothing is asking for your attention. You are allowed to rest. Let your eyes fall closed or remain half closed in whatever way feels easiest. There is no right way to lie here, just the way that feels a little softer, a little more at ease. Feel how the air touches your skin. Maybe it is cool against your face. Maybe it is warm and gentle. Notice that the air keeps moving, slow and steady, without you needing to do anything at all. Your body knows how to be here, how to lie still, how to drift, how to soften. Notice your breathing without changing it, the natural rise, the natural fall. A quiet rhythm that has been with you all day and now begins to slow. With each breath in, the body receives. With each breath out, the body softens. In and out, like a calm tide that moves without rush. If thoughts are still moving quickly, that is all right. They do not need to stop. They can simply drift by, the way clouds move across a wide, quiet sky. You do not need to follow them. You can just notice that they pass. Here, in this gentle dark, you are safe. Held by the night, protected by the soft edges of this space. Nothing is urgent here. Feel the shape of your head resting, the support beneath the back of your skull, the way your jaw can loosen just a little, teeth not gripping, tongue resting heavy and relaxed. Notice your neck, the back of your neck, where tension sometimes hides. Sense the comfort of being held. Imagine those small muscles untying, one soft strand at a time. No pushing, only allowing. Shoulders can lower a little now. Perhaps you did not realize they were lifted. They do not need to hold anything up, not tonight. They can drift down toward the bed, toward the earth, toward rest. Feel your arms wherever they are placed, by your sides, or folded, or gently touching your body. However they lie is fine. Sense their quiet weight, the calm heaviness of being completely supported. Let your hands be soft, fingers loose, palms easy, as if you have set down everything you were carrying today, and your hands remember how to be empty and still. Notice your chest, moving with your breath. A slow swell as air comes in, a slow easing as it moves out. A simple, peaceful motion, like a small wave lapping at the shore and then smoothing back. Your heart has worked for you all day. Now it can beat in its gentle night rhythm, steady, calm, confident in its own quiet pattern. Move your awareness down to your back. Notice where it touches the bed or the surface beneath you. Many small points of contact, each one a place where you are fully supported. Nothing for you to hold up. Allow the middle of your back to soften, the lower back to loosen. If there is any tightness, it does not need to disappear. It can simply be given permission to rest just as it is. Feel your hips sink a little deeper into the bed. The strong bones of the pelvis, carried all day, now releasing their effort. Gravity doing the work, you only allowing. Thighs resting, the long muscles letting go of their need to be ready. knees soft, with no task to perform, calves growing a little heavier as they settle. Notice your feet, the right foot, the left foot. Perhaps they are warm beneath a blanket. Perhaps they are cool in the open air. Whatever you feel is perfectly all right. Toes can spread a little, or curl, or remain still. They do not need to take a step. Not now. For this time, they only rest. From the top of your head down to the tips of your toes, your whole body is here, held, supported, safe in the gentle dark. Around you, the night has its own quiet sound, a soft hush, a silence that is not empty but full of calm. Like the pause between slow breaths, somewhere in that stillness, far away, there is the sense of water. Not close enough to be loud, not strong or rushing, only a distant murmur, like a secret spoken softly to the earth. Imagine that, far beyond the edges of this room, a waterfall is flowing. You cannot see it, but you can feel that it is there, a constant, steady presence, always moving, always gentle. Its sound blends into the night, a low, soothing whisper. Picture that soft, distant sound as a backdrop to your rest. You may barely hear it, more a feeling than a noise, a quiet reassurance that the world is still turning, that the water is still falling, that nature is still breathing calmly in the dark. This waterfall is in no hurry. The water does not rush or crash. It simply descends again and again in an endless, peaceful rhythm. As certain and relaxed as your breathing, you are not standing near it. You are far away in a warm and sheltered place, wrapped in safety, listening only to the softest hint of its murmur, like a lullaby carried on the air. Each breath you take can be like that falling water, flowing down, releasing, letting go of the day, of its noise, of its weight. On the in-breath, imagine the cool freshness of that distant water. Clear, clean, quietly bright, even in the night. On the out-breath, feel any tightness in your body sliding away, the way water slips over smooth stone. No force and no effort, only movement and release. Now the boundaries of the room begin to feel softer, walls a little further away, corners rounded by the darkness, everything gently blurred and kind. You are cradled here, between the soft dark around you and the steady murmur far away. Nothing is asked of you, nothing is expected. You are enough, exactly as you are, simply lying here and breathing. If thoughts arise, let them drift toward that waterfall in the distance. Imagine them as small leaves resting on the surface of a stream. The gentle current carries them away, not suddenly, not sharply, just slowly, until they are out of sight, out of mind. Your body continues to soften. Your breath continues to slow. The night deepens around you, like a calm ocean of dark, holding you afloat. Feel how safe it is to be still, how natural it is to let go, a little more with each breath. Nothing to solve, nothing to remember, only this soft quiet now. The distant waterfall keeps murmuring to the night, a steady sound that does not change when you sleep or wake or dream. It is simply there, like a gentle friend sitting nearby, saying without words that everything can rest now. Your body understands this language of calm, muscles unwinding, thoughts thinning out, awareness becoming smooth and spacious. If you notice any small place in your body that still feels busy, offer it the sound of that faraway water. Imagine it washing through that place, cool and soothing, cleansing the effort of the day, leaving only ease. Here, in this moment, you are held by three simple things: The surface beneath you, warm and steady. The soft dark around you, quiet and kind. And the far, gentle murmur of falling water, patient and unhurried. Nothing needs to be different. Nothing needs to be fixed. This is a place where you are already enough, already allowed to rest. Let yourself float in this feeling. Body heavy and safe, breath slow and free, mind becoming quiet like a still pool at the base of that distant waterfall. The night will hold you. The darkness will protect your rest. The waterfall will keep murmuring somewhere far away, steady and calm. All you need to do now is be here, breathing, softening, drifting gently into whatever comes next. In this deep, quiet ease, the body is already resting now, held by softness, supported from underneath, nothing to hold up, nothing to carry. Feel how the surface beneath you receives your weight. Steady, gentle, dependable. The way the earth itself always holds, without effort. The air around you is quiet, calm and still. Nothing you need to do with it. It simply surrounds you like a soft blanket of space. Notice how your body knows how to rest. It knows how to grow heavy and loose when the day is finished. Shoulders easing down, arms and hands quiet. Legs sinking a little deeper without needing to move. Let attention drift to the simple rise and fall of breath. No need to change it, just noticing. In-breath coming in its own time, out-breath leaving in its own time. Each breath a little softer than the last. A wave that comes and then slides away. Comfortable, predictable, slow. With each exhale, the day moves a little further away. Conversations fade. Thoughts lose their sharp edges. The mind is allowed to soften, just like the body. Here, in this stillness, imagine yourself lying at the edge of a quiet forest clearing. Twilight has settled over the trees. The light is gentle and low, like the dim hush of a room before sleep. The air is cooling, calm and kind. All around, the forest is resting too. Branches no longer reaching for the sun. Leaves barely moving. Everything unhurried, as if the whole world is breathing out with you. The ground beneath you is steady and safe, soft where it touches you, firm enough to hold every part of you that has grown tired. You do not need to hold yourself up anymore. As you rest in this clearing, the quiet feels deep and wide. Sound is simple here, a faint stir of air through distant leaves. Maybe the softest creak of a branch as it settles for the night. In this gentle silence, your breath becomes part of the forest, in and out, like a slow, familiar rhythm that everything around you understands. Nothing rushed, nothing forced. Stay with this for a few moments. The weight of the body, the softness underneath, the easy, unhurried movement of air in and out of the lungs. As the mind becomes a little quieter, something begins to touch the edge of awareness. Very faint, barely there, not enough to disturb, only to gently invite your attention. It might almost feel like silence changing its shape. The quiet is still here, but within it, far away, the softest suggestion of a sound begins to form, like a whisper too gentle to make out. At first, it is hard to name, more a feeling than a sound, a steady, delicate murmur, somewhere far beyond the trees, as if the forest itself is listening to a secret. You do not need to reach for it. You do not need to strain to hear. Simply resting where you are, the sound slowly becomes a little clearer. The way a star becomes easier to see when you relax your gaze. Somewhere in the distance, water is moving. Not loud, not close. Just a quiet, patient falling of water, folded into the twilight air. It is like the softest thread of sound woven into the stillness, gentle and low, almost hidden, and yet unmistakably there. A distant waterfall, speaking in a tongue made only of calm. Notice how this faraway murmur does not disturb the peace. It belongs to the peace. The forest and the water are resting together. The sound is simply part of the evening settling over everything. As attention rests softly on that faint sound, the air around you feels a little different, cooler in a kind and pleasant way, as though the breath of the waterfall is reaching you, carried on a quiet breeze through the trees, a touch of freshness on your skin. You might imagine the air growing a little more moist. Not wet, just comfortably damp and alive. Each in-breath smoother, softer, easier. As if the water is helping your lungs to relax, your body responds without effort. Muscles loosen a bit more. The jaw softens. The space around the eyes grows calm and heavy. The waterfall is still distant. Its voice is a low, steady murmur, like someone humming a simple, wordless lullaby far away. It does not hurry. It does not change. It is simply there. Feel the comfort in that steadiness. How peaceful it is to know that something is flowing on and on, without needing anything from you. The water does not ask. It only offers its soft, ongoing presence. With every breath, that presence feels a little more familiar. No longer a strange, faint sound on the edge of hearing. Now it feels like an old friend you had forgotten about, quietly waiting for you to remember. It has always been here, in the background of things. You may notice that as the waterfall becomes more a part of your awareness, your thoughts become less busy. They drift slower, like fallen leaves resting on still water. The mind is curious but calm, gently drawn, not pulled. The forest path near where you are lying feels safe and inviting. A narrow trail softened by years of quiet footsteps and seasons of fallen leaves. It curves away into the trees, leading in the direction of that gentle sound. No need to follow yet. Simply knowing it is there brings ease. The air continues to cool in the sweetest way. Each breath in feels smooth and clear, as though touched by mist. Each breath out carries away a little more of the day's weight, a little more of what you no longer need to think about. That distant waterfall keeps murmuring, soft, unbroken, endlessly patient. Its rhythm is not exact, yet it feels reliable, like your own breathing. Sometimes a little stronger, sometimes a little softer, always returning, always there. Feel how comforting that is, to rest near something that will continue whether you pay attention or not. It gives you permission to let go, to drift, to not keep track of anything at all. Your body feels heavier now, yet in a pleasant way, as if gravity has become a kind hand, easing you down into deeper rest. The softness beneath you cradles hips, back, shoulders. Your limbs know they can surrender to this support. The waterfall's murmur seems to come closer, not because it has moved, but because you have allowed it further into your awareness. Its softness fills more of the quiet around you. It becomes a gentle backdrop to everything, the quiet within the quiet. Breathing in, notice the cool, moist touch of the air. Breathing out, feel the body emptying a little deeper each time. The rhythm of breath and the rhythm of water begin to feel related. Two simple movements, rising and falling, flowing and releasing. The forest clearing holds you in this in-between place, not yet at the water's edge, not out in the world, just resting here, at the safe border, where stillness meets the first hint of flow. This is a place where you do not need to decide anything. Thoughts that appear can drift away again, like faint echoes lost among the trees. Your attention can widen and soften, taking in both the deep hush of the forest and the soft call of water from far away. Nothing to fix, nothing to solve. The longer you rest here, the kinder the sound becomes. It feels like it is watching over you, not with eyes, but with presence. A steady, soothing promise that the world is still moving gently, even while you lie completely still. If you like, you can imagine being just off the forest path now. Nestled at its edge, where roots and moss and fallen leaves make a natural, comfortable bed. The trees stand silent around you, tall and calm. Beyond them, always, that murmur of water. Your eyelids feel heavier, breath slower. The distance between each thought grows wider, like longer pauses between soft waves on a shore. The mind is beginning to sway in time with the water's quiet song. Here, close to the ground, the cool, moist air touches your cheeks, your forehead, the tip of your nose. It is refreshing and soothing at the same time. You are exactly where you need to be. Nothing left undone that matters in this moment. The waterfall continues its endless descent, stone to pool, pool to stream. You hear only the softest part of it, filtered through trees and distance and evening. Just enough to relax the heart, just enough to guide you toward deeper rest. Allow yourself to lean into that sound, the way you would lean into a familiar, trusted embrace. Let it be the background to every breath, the calm behind every thought, the gentle, patient presence waiting just beyond sleep. You are resting now at the edge of the path, near the first whisper of water. The forest is quiet, the air is cool and kind, and the soft murmur in the distance keeps calling you slowly, tenderly, toward an even deeper stillness, where you can simply drift and be in quiet comfort. The forest is quiet and welcoming around you now. Soft air, gentle and cool, brushes against your skin. The world feels slower here, unhurried, kind. Somewhere ahead, far in the distance, the faint murmur of a waterfall waits like a soft promise. Beneath your feet, the path is clear and easy. The ground is soft, a mix of earth and old leaves, springy and forgiving. Each step is slow and unforced, a quiet rhythm your body understands without effort. You do not need to hurry. You are simply walking peacefully in this calm green world. Tall trees rise up on either side, their trunks steady and strong. They form a gentle canopy overhead, branches meeting, leaves whispering softly to one another. The light that filters through is calm and muted, like the last light of evening, even if the day outside is different. Here, under these trees, everything feels sheltered and safe. As you walk, your breath moves in its own slow pattern, in and out, like your footsteps on the path. Easy, steady, natural. You do not need to change anything. Breath, step, quiet, all moving together in a soft, steady flow. The soft earth underfoot holds you with every step. Your feet know where to land. They find the path without effort, guided by simple, gentle trust. You may notice a faint, delicate crunch of dry leaves now and then, a light sound that melts quickly back into the silence. Around you, the air carries a fresh scent, clean and cool. If you pay attention, you might sense it changing very slightly as you go. A hint of water, distant but present, like a memory drifting toward you. The waterfall is still far away, its voice softened by distance, but you are slowly moving toward it, without needing to rush. The forest holds you with its quiet presence. trunks stand like peaceful guardians along the path, not blocking, only watching, only accompanying. Branches reach above, weaving a gentle roof that filters sounds and slows the world down. Under this canopy, your thoughts can soften and stretch out, with nowhere they have to go. Notice again the feeling of your body here, the weight of you supported by the ground, the gentle sway or shift with each step, even if only imagined. Muscles relaxing a little more as you realize how safe this path feels. You are walking, and yet everything about this walk is restful. Nothing to plan, nothing to decide. The path is already clear, already chosen, winding ahead in an easy, welcoming line. You are simply following, step by soft step. Every so often, a pocket of cooler air drifts across the path. When it touches you, it carries that faint, fresh smell of water and stone and moss. It is subtle, but you can feel the difference, like a quiet whisper from the direction you are heading. Each cool breath of air is a reminder that you are moving steadily toward the waterfall, even if it remains far away for now. The sound of your slow footsteps blends with the stillness. A light crunch, then silence. Soft pressure, then release. This rhythm becomes soothing, like a lullaby played beneath your awareness. Step, pause, step, and the forest stays calm and kind around you. As you drift along the path, your breathing stays easy and unforced. In this moment, notice the gentle rise of your chest, then the soft fall. Imagine each exhale sinking down, like leaves drifting to the forest floor. With every breath out, something in you unwinds a little further, letting go of weight you do not need to carry on this walk. You are not trying to get anywhere quickly. There is no rush. The journey itself is already enough, already soothing. Every step is like a small release, a quiet reminder that it is safe to slow down, safe to take your time. Around you, the forest has its own soft language. The faint rustle of leaves high above, the distant call of a bird already fading. Perhaps the slightest creak of a branch as it shifts and settles. All of it gentle, all of it part of this soft living hush. The trees seem even taller now, stretching up into a sky you barely need to think about. Under their watch, you feel contained, almost wrapped in a calm, green embrace. The path beneath you is steady, never too steep, never rough. It curves just enough to feel natural, like it grew there on its own. Another cool breath of air moves across your face. This time, the scent of water is a little clearer, fresh, bright, soothing, like stepping close to a quiet stream on a summer evening. The waterfall is still distant, its sound only a faint thread of comfort, but you know you are gently moving toward it, step by easy step. Notice the way your body feels held in this moment, supported by the bed or place where you rest, and at the same time, lightly moving along the path in your mind. Both can be true. You can feel yourself lying here safe and still, and also drifting through this quiet forest without effort, without strain. Each time you breathe out, your body can soften a little more into where you are resting. Shoulders loosening, jaw softening, muscles settling, as if they too are walking more and more slowly, until they no longer need to move at all. The forest holds the walking for you now. You may sense the path under your feet becoming even softer, more comforting. The earth is cool but gentle, shaped by many quiet footsteps before yours. Leaves cushion and cradle each step, turning any sharp edge into a muted, friendly texture. You are completely at ease here, guided not by effort, but by a quiet trust in the way forward. Time in the forest does not feel like ordinary time. Moments stretch out, light and unbroken. It may feel as though you've been walking for a long, peaceful while, and yet you are not tired at all. Instead, a deep restfulness spreads slowly through you, like warm light soaking into every part of your body. The waterfall's murmur is a little closer now. Not loud, not rushing, just a deeper, more rounded sound in the distance, like a soft promise that waits ahead. You are in no hurry to reach it, because even from far away, its presence is calming, steady, kind. Focus again on your breathing as it flows in a smooth, gentle rhythm, in and out. Each inhale like a step forward on the path. Each exhale like a quiet pause, a settling into comfort. Your breath and your steps are moving together, slow and sure, even if your body is perfectly still. The trees stand on either side of you, patient and unmoving. You sense their quiet strength, their long, calm watching over this path. Under their care, nothing feels urgent. You can let your thoughts drift the way leaves drift on a slow stream, carried without effort, with nowhere particular to go. Another pocket of cool, fresh air touches you, and the scent of water feels familiar now, almost intimate. You know, in a soft, certain way, that the waterfall is not far in the grand rhythm of this forest, though still far enough to stay gentle in your ears. Its sound is like a low, distant hum, blending with your breath, blending with the quiet beat of your heart. Your steps grow slower in your awareness, more dreamlike. Perhaps they are only imagined now, the idea of walking instead of the doing. The path is still there, clear and welcoming, but it asks nothing of you. You can continue forward if you wish, or simply rest right where you are, knowing the forest and the waterfall remain close, holding you in their calm. Breath by breath, you settle more deeply into this feeling of ease. Each exhale carries you a little further into softness, like sinking gently into moss, like drifting on the edge of sleep. The forest around you, the steady trees, the soft earth, the faint crunch of leaves, all of it fades into one smooth, quiet comfort. The waterfall is a little nearer now, its murmur a low, soothing backdrop in the distance. Not something you need to reach, just something you can feel, like a gentle presence waiting patiently, always there, always calm. You rest in this moment, between the trees and the distant water, breathing slowly, held by the forest, held by the ground, held by the quiet, walking without effort or simply drifting, with nothing to do but soften into the deep, peaceful silence that begins to gather around you. The trees begin to thin, just a little, as the path softens under your feet. The gentle sound of the waterfall is still there, steady and distant, like a calm promise waiting beyond the trees. Each step feels slower now, easier, as if the forest itself is guiding you toward a place made for rest. Light changes as you move forward. The shade opens, just slightly at first, then more, as the canopy above loosens its hold. You notice how the air feels softer here, touched by a faint warmth from the late afternoon sun, slipping through the leaves in quiet, golden threads. Ahead, the path widens into a small, sheltered clearing. The forest seems to lean back around it, forming a gentle bowl of safety and calm. Soft green moss covers the ground like a deep velvety carpet. The colors are muted and kind, all soft greens and quiet browns, comforting and still. You step into the clearing, and it feels like stepping into a sigh. The breeze slows as it passes through, moving only enough to stir the highest leaves. Birdsong settles into the edges of your awareness, light and easy, drifting in and out with the whisper of the air. The waterfall hums calmly in the distance, its sound now a familiar companion, not demanding, just quietly there. Here, time seems to loosen its grip. Nothing is asking anything of you. Nothing needs to be done. This small open space feels like it has been waiting, patient and kind, just for you to arrive and rest. You find a soft place in the moss and gently lower yourself down. The ground beneath is firm but deeply cushioned, like the earth itself is cradling your weight. Moss and grass support every curve, every line of your body, inviting you to let go a little more with each slow breath. As you settle, notice the way your body meets the ground, the points of contact where you can feel yourself being held. The back of your head, your shoulders, your arms resting easily by your sides, your hips, your legs, your heels sinking just slightly into the soft earth. All of you supported, all of you allowed to rest. Let your attention drift to the gentle rise and fall of your breath. Air moves in, cool and quiet. Air moves out, warm and soft. There is no need to change or shape it. Just notice how your body already knows exactly what to do. Above you, leaves stir in the faint breeze, letting small shafts of late afternoon light slip through. They find their way down to the clearing in soft, shifting patterns. You might imagine these warm touches of light resting on your skin, like a light blanket laid over you, not heavy, just comforting and calm. The warmth and coolness trade places slowly, like the forest breathing around you. The distant waterfall sends its murmur through the trees. It weaves in gently with the sounds of birds, the rustle of leaves, the low hum of the forest at ease. Sometimes the water sound feels a bit closer, sometimes a bit farther away, like waves of softness flowing toward you and then drifting back. Always steady, always kind, always there. With each breath, your body seems to settle more deeply into the moss. Your muscles loosen, one by one. Tension you may have been carrying without noticing begins to soften. Across your forehead, around your eyes, along your jaw, tiny threads of holding begin to unwind. Your shoulders melt a little further into the ground. The space between your shoulder blades opens and relaxes. Your arms feel a little heavier, pleasantly weighted, as if they are sinking into the soft green cushion beneath them. Your hands rest easily, fingers loose, with nothing to grasp, nothing to hold on to. Notice your chest, quietly rising and falling. The gentle rhythm is slow and steady, like the calm roll of a small wave. Each inhale invites in ease. Each exhale releases anything that feels tight or busy or loud. Breath moves through you like the softest breeze through tall grass. Your belly relaxes, letting go of any tightness. Breath moves all the way down, low and slow, filling the center of your body with a feeling of spaciousness and comfort. As you breathe out, feel yourself sinking even more into the moss, as if the earth is drawing you into a safe embrace. Your legs are supported from hip to heel. The softness beneath you fills every small space, every curve, every hollow. Your thighs loosen, your knees rest, your calves grow heavy and calm. Even your feet feel held, toes relaxing, no effort left in them at all. The clearing holds you like a gentle bowl. Trees stand quietly around the edges, a natural circle of protection. They do not crowd or press. They simply stand, keeping watch, their roots deep in the earth. their branches reaching calmly toward the sky. You are in the middle of something kind and steady, something that asks nothing but rest. The sounds around you begin to blend into a single soft presence. Birdsong appears and fades, like light thoughts passing through a quiet mind. Leaves whisper overhead, telling slow stories of wind and time and weather. And beneath it all, the waterfall continues its low, steady murmur, like a peaceful voice humming at the edge of your awareness. Here, the outside world feels very far away. All the usual shapes of time, all the clocks and schedules and lists grow distant and hazy. They fall back beyond the trees, beyond the soft curve of this clearing. In their place is only this moment, this breath, this gentle sense of being safely held. If a thought arrives, it can drift through like a small cloud across a wide, quiet sky. Not something to chase, not something to hold. It comes, it passes, and the calm remains. Each time a thought fades, you find yourself dropping a little deeper into the softness beneath you. Notice again how safe and supported you feel here. The moss under your body, steady and warm. The air around your skin, light and comforting. The sounds of the forest wrapping around you like a soft, familiar blanket. Breath by breath, your awareness grows softer at the edges. You may feel as though you are hovering between waking and dreaming. Not quite one, not quite the other. Just resting in that gentle, in-between place where everything is slow and easy and kind. The clearing becomes your own small sanctuary, a place that feels both new and deeply known, as if some part of you has been here many times before. You do not need to understand why it feels so peaceful. It is enough simply to feel it, to let that feeling of peace settle into your body, your breath, your thoughts. The waterfall's murmur is now a constant, soothing background, like a soft, endless lullaby. You do not need to listen for it. You simply know it is there, beyond the trees, beyond the soft green circle around you, flowing and flowing, never hurried, never tired. Here, in this quiet place, you are free to drift, free to let your mind wander gently, or to float on the simple rhythm of your breathing. Every sound, every breath, every tiny movement of air only deepens your rest. Nothing is missing. Nothing needs to change. You are held by moss and earth and forest and distant water, all working together to cradle you in calm. And as you lie here, safe in this soft green clearing, you can allow yourself to sink even further into stillness, letting thoughts grow lighter, letting the body grow heavier, until there is only the gentle rise and fall of your breath, and the quiet, steady murmur of the waterfall, just beyond the trees, soft and unending in the fading light. The soft murmur of the waterfall is already here, a distant, steady hush, like a quiet voice that never needs to hurry. Let attention rest with that sound, not trying to hold it tightly, just letting it be heard, the way you might listen to someone speaking gently in another room. The water falls in one smooth, unbroken stream of sound, always the same, and always changing. A long, soft exhale from the earth itself. Notice how far away it feels. Not close enough to splash, not loud enough to demand anything. Just a gentle presence in the background of this moment. The mind can drift toward it, the way a leaf drifts toward the current. Not forced, not pushed, simply drawn by the easy pull of that steady flow. Hear how the sound has layers. A soft, wide rush underneath. Tiny threads of brighter splashes on top. A quiet echo that seems to brush over rocks, over smooth stone, over the edges of the land. Imagine the water touching the rocks, each drop arriving, meeting the surface with a tiny sound. So many tiny sounds, blending into one wide, soothing murmur. As the water lands, a little echo moves out, touching the nearby trees. It slides between trunks and branches. It slips through leaves and moss and open spaces. It fades and returns in a gentle rhythm. The air itself seems to carry that rhythm. Soft vibrations, almost like a whisper of coolness moving through warm, still air. The sound is never too sharp, never too bright. It is round and smooth and kind. Now let awareness open just a little more. Sense that this water began far away, maybe from high snow, or a quiet spring, or a hidden stream between roots and stone. It has traveled a long way without hurry, just to arrive here and fall in this place. Picture that journey, if it feels easy to do so. Water winding down slopes, sliding over pebbles, pausing in small pools, then tipping over their edges to continue on. All those turns and bends, all that slow movement, has gathered into this single gentle fall, into this one flowing voice of water, as if every part of its journey is speaking at once, in this calm, continuous sound. Listen as though the waterfall is speaking in a language made of water and rhythm and silence. No words to understand, nothing to translate, only a feeling carried on the steady tone. The water speaks in patterns, in soft repeating phrases of sound. A rush, a tiny shift, a rush again. Almost the same every moment, yet never truly identical. Notice how the quiet spaces between those sounds feel, not empty, just open, like a gentle pause between two long, slow breaths. Breath can begin to match that sense of flow. Inhaling softly, like water gathering itself higher up. Exhaling slowly, like water falling and spreading out below. No need to change anything on purpose. Just sensing the natural rise and fall. The waterfall keeps breathing in its own way. Endless exhale, endless release. Always letting go, letting go, letting go. Let the body feel a little heavier, still and easy, like a smooth rock near the base of the fall. The water sound washes over, but the rock does not need to move. It just rests, solid and quiet, while the murmur continues. Imagine that every time the water lands, a gentle wave of calm moves outwards. Soft rings of ease traveling through the air, reaching all the way here, touching skin, settling into muscles. With each soft wave, a little more of the day can loosen. Tension melts like mist in the spray. Thoughts slow and stretch out like long shadows in late evening. If the mind wanders away, that is all right. The murmur is wide enough to hold wandering too. Whenever it feels natural, attention can drift back to the sound, the way a small boat drifts back toward the shore. Notice any gentle rhythm inside the body now. The pace of the breath, the quiet beat of the heart, the steady weight of the body resting. Begin to feel how these rhythms might line up with the waterfall's calm flow. Heartbeats falling into an easy pattern, somewhere within that distant rush. Breath rising and falling in slow agreement with the water's endless descent. The waterfall does not ask for anything. It simply keeps falling, keeps sounding, keeps offering its gentle pattern. The body can follow if it wishes, or just be near it, soaking in the steadiness. In this soft, quiet place, the sound feels almost like a lullaby without words. A soothing tone that wraps around the edges of thought, smoothing out sharp corners, rounding them into something soft, blurry and drowsy. Notice how the mind may start to soften around the edges too. Ideas lose their weight. Memories drift further to the side. Plans fade into the background like distant hills behind a light mist. Only the murmur is clear, a kind, constant presence. Always the same, always here, always gentle. Imagine the sound passing not just around the body, but through it. A calm stream of sound moving through the chest, down the arms, along the spine, through the legs, all the way to the feet. Anywhere that feels tight can be offered to this sound, not as an effort, just as a quiet permission. The murmur flows in, wraps around the tightness, and carries it away, just a little at a time. Feel how that gentle washing continues, breath after breath. The waterfall keeps pouring out its soft voice. It never runs out. It never becomes impatient. Everything slows to its pace. Thought slow, breath slows. The whole inner world drifts closer to the waterfall's calm, steady rhythm. The sound of the water and the quiet inside start to blend. It becomes hard to tell where the murmur ends and the silence begins. Hard to tell where the body ends and the softness of the air begins. Each moment stretches wider, like a pool at the base of the fall, deep and still. On the surface, tiny ripples. Underneath, deep quiet. Rest in that quiet, held by the distant water. The murmur moves through, gentle and unbroken, washing over thoughts, washing over muscles, washing through the soft, sleepy space within. Nothing needs to be done. Nothing needs to be fixed or changed. Only this sound and this rest and this slow drifting into deeper ease. The waterfall keeps falling, far away, yet close enough to feel. Its calm voice continues, steady and low. Breath moves in and out, easy and unhurried. The whole being lies open to the soft, quiet flow. And now, the murmur simply carries everything forward, into deeper stillness, into gentle, drowsy openness, into the kind hush that waits beyond words. The sound of the waterfall is still a soft murmur in the distance, a steady, gentle presence. The air is cool and quiet here, with that faint, soothing mist that settles on the skin like a whisper of rain. The ground beneath your feet feels easy and familiar. Each breath moves in and out at its own slow pace. Nothing to hurry, nothing to do. Just the gentle sense of being carried by this peaceful place. As the trees open slightly ahead, a small wooden bridge comes into view. It arches lightly over the narrow stream that flows away from the waterfall. The water below moves in a silver ribbon, smooth and unhurried, as if it is half asleep too. The bridge is simple and strong, wide enough to feel comfortable. The wood is worn smooth by time and weather, edges rounded, softened, safe. Everything about it feels familiar, as though it has been waiting quietly for you. You draw a little closer, and the quiet sound of the stream grows clearer. A gentle, flowing hush, merging with the deeper murmur of the waterfall farther upstream. Cool mist rises in the air, brushing against your face with a soft, refreshing touch. Each breath feels a little clearer, a little calmer. At the edge of the bridge, you pause for a moment. The wooden railing is solid beneath your hand, sturdy and still. You can feel the softness of moss along the lower rail, cool and velvety to the touch. Everything here supports you without asking anything in return. As you take the first step onto the bridge, a faint creak answers beneath your weight. A gentle, almost friendly sound, like an old house settling at night. The bridge accepts you, adjusts to you, and then grows quiet again. You notice the slightest, slowest sway, as if you are being rocked ever so delicately. Another step, and another soft creak. The wood is stable, certain, completely dependable. Each board meets your foot with quiet strength, holding you with ease. The faint rocking of the bridge begins to match the easy rhythm of your breath. Underneath, the stream moves steadily along. As you glance down, the water catches the scattered light from above. Leaves, branches, and the soft pale sky all shimmer on the surface, bending and stretching with each ripple. It is like watching slow, drifting dreams pass beneath you. The height is gentle, just enough that the stream feels a little farther away, just enough to notice the space between you and the water. Yet even that tiny distance is wrapped in calm. The railing is right there. The wide boards beneath your feet are sure and strong. Any small sense of movement, any tiny hint of height, is held within this wider feeling of safety. Like being rocked in a cradle that cannot tip, only sway. The bridge leans a fraction as you breathe in, and softly returns as you breathe out. Back and forth, slow and quiet, as if it is breathing with you. You pause again in the middle of the bridge. Here, the sound of the water is clearer, fuller, yet still soft. A gentle conversation between stream and waterfall, rising and falling in a soothing, sleepy pattern. Their voices blend together into one long, calming sigh. Cool droplets of mist drift up from the stream below and touch your skin. They feel light and refreshing, like the air itself is washing away the day. Any tightness in your body notices this softness and begins to loosen. Shoulders become a little heavier, a little more at ease. The bridge continues its slow, subtle sway under you. Not enough to unbalance, only enough to remind you that you are being held. Each tiny movement is followed by returning, a coming back to stillness. Your body begins to answer with its own quiet return, its own deep settling. Perhaps you rest your hands lightly on the railing. The wood is cool, but not cold. Smooth from many seasons, many crossings. It holds you so easily that you do not have to hold yourself up quite so much. With every breath, the world grows softer. The sounds are gentle. The light is gentle. Your thoughts are gentle too, drifting in and out like leaves on the surface of the stream, carried wherever the current wishes to take them. You notice how effortless this crossing is. You do not need to decide where each step will land. Your feet already know how to move, one after another, without strain, without planning. It is as if the bridge itself is guiding you, inviting you forward at the right pace. The small creaks of the wooden planks feel familiar now. They come and go in an easy pattern, simple and reassuring. Each soft sound says the same thing again and again. You are supported. You are safe. You are held. Beneath the bridge, the stream continues its steady journey. Its gentle voice rises up to meet you, wrapping you in its quiet melody. You can almost feel the cool of the water through the boards, far below, like a calm pulse, slow and steady. The world above and the world below move together in one relaxed rhythm. Just as the water passes under the bridge without effort, you pass across it without effort. No need to try, no need to push. The path is already here, simple and sure, carrying you from one side to the other. Any last traces of alertness, of watchfulness, begin to melt. They drip away like water, falling gently into the stream below. The quiet rocking of the bridge eases them loose, one by one, until all that remains is softness and rest. You are free to lean a little deeper into this ease. On the far side, the trees gather more closely together again. Their leaves form a soft green archway, and beyond that, the sound of the waterfall grows just a bit stronger. Not loud, not sharp, just a fuller, rounder murmur. Like a gentle voice humming from a nearby room. You take the final steps across the bridge. The sway grows fainter as you near the end, and the wood grows even more still beneath you. One last soft creak, one last little whisper from the planks, and then your feet find solid earth again. The ground feels broad and steady, like a deep, quiet breath. For a moment, you simply stand there, just past the bridge, feeling the difference between the gentle rocking behind you and the calm, unmoving earth beneath you now. Both are safe. Both are peaceful. Each in its own way invites you to rest. The waterfall's murmur is closer here. Its sound has opened just a little, like a flower unfolding more fully in the night. You can hear the layers in it now, the soft rush, the light splash, the distant echo. All of it blends into one smooth, soothing lullaby. The stream that flowed under the bridge continues on its way, but its voice is softer now, fading behind you. Ahead, the deeper sound of falling water calls with no urgency at all. Just a quiet promise of even more stillness, even more release, waiting nearby. You do not need to reach it yet. It is enough simply to feel its presence. As you stand here, you can sense how much has already softened. Body heavier and more at ease. Breath slower, longer, unforced. Thoughts looser and lighter, like mist dissolving in morning light. Behind you, the little wooden bridge rests, cradling the air, ready to sway whenever it is needed again. Ahead, the path curves gently toward the sound of the waterfall. Here, right where you are, everything is quiet and kind. Nothing to hold up, nothing to hold on to. Just this calm, grounded feeling after the slow, rocking crossing. Held by the earth, soothed by the water's distant song. Each breath falls into the next as easily as the stream flows toward the falls. Everything moving toward deeper and deeper stillness. And here, in this soft, quiet place, you can simply drift, resting in the hush between each sound, letting the gentle murmur of the water carry you farther into calm, into a quieter and quieter peace, deeper and deeper into silence. The sound of the waterfall is softer here, more distant, more gentle. The path has carried you away from the moving bridge and the rushing spray, down to a quiet, open place where the water comes to rest. You arrive at the edge of a still, clear pool, and everything around you feels slower, quieter, as if the day is taking a deep, easy breath. The surface of the pool is smooth and glassy. It holds the colors of the sky and the soft shapes of the trees, as if the water is cradling the world in its calm. Now and then, a tiny ripple drifts across, so slow and delicate that it seems to take its time, not in any hurry to go anywhere at all. The waterfall is still here with you, but now it stands a little farther away. Its veil of water has softened into a gentle blur, like a quiet curtain of sound in the distance. You hear it as a steady, soothing murmur, a calm backdrop that asks nothing of you. You find a place near the edge of the pool where smooth stones lie scattered along the shore. They have been warmed all day by light and air, and they hold that warmth kindly, offering it back in a slow, gentle way. As you move closer, you can almost feel that warmth rising toward you, steady and comforting. Imagine choosing a spot among those stones and easing yourself down, letting your body settle. The ground is firm, but kind, supportive. It takes your weight easily, as though it has been waiting for you. As you lower yourself, you notice how each part of you is met and held. Your legs find the gentle curves of the stones. Your back is cradled. Your head finds a place to rest. The earth shapes itself to you, and you shape yourself to the earth until there is no effort, only contact. Now you are lying beside the still pool, close enough to hear the soft lapping of water at the shore. It comes in tiny, unhurried waves that kiss the stones and then glide away again. A quiet rhythm, simple and soothing, repeating without needing to be noticed. Your legs begin to feel heavier now, not heavy in a hard way, but in a relieved way, as if they can finally let go of holding themselves up. From your hips all the way down to your feet, there is a spreading sense of weight, of being carried, of being allowed to rest. The air around the pool is cooler near the water's edge, and yet there is still a trace of warmth resting in the stones beneath you. That gentle warmth flows into the backs of your legs, into the length of your spine, into the places that so often work so hard. It tells your body, in a quiet, unspoken way, that it is safe to soften here. Your arms sink a little deeper into the ground. The muscles in your shoulders let go, the effort pouring out of them like water flowing away downstream. From your shoulders down to your fingertips, a soft, pleasant heaviness grows, as if your arms are made of warm sand, slowly settling into place. The waterfall whispers in the distance, a soft curtain of sound that never stops, never sharpens, just continues in its gentle, steady way. It feels protective, like a presence that keeps watch at the far edge of this peaceful place. You do not have to look at it or think about it. You simply know it is there, keeping a quiet rhythm while you rest. Your chest rises and falls with the easiest of breaths. In this calm air, breathing becomes simple and unforced. With each breath out, your chest loosens. With each breath in, a quiet sense of ease spreads through your ribs, through your heart, through the center of you. Notice the space in your chest now, the way it feels a little more open, a little lighter. Any tightness there can melt downward, following the breath as it moves through you, sinking into the ground, where it can be held without needing to return. Your belly softens too. The muscles there no longer need to hold or brace. They can simply fall into a natural, gentle rest. A loose, easy feeling spreads through your middle, like calm water smoothing after a passing ripple. The surface of the pool reflects the sky above. Clouds or stars or soft fading light, whatever is present in this moment is mirrored there, in a slow, quiet dance. The ripples are so small now that they seem to barely move, drifting out in wide, lazy circles that dissolve almost as soon as they form. As you lie here, it is as if your mind begins to match that water. Thoughts that arrive are like small leaves settling onto the surface, floating for a moment, and then calmly sinking down to rest at the bottom. There is no need to chase them, no need to hold them. They simply appear, soften, and drift out of sight. Your face begins to release its own quiet tension. The space around your eyes loosens. The tiny muscles of your forehead smooth out. Your jaw unhooks itself from any tightness, and your tongue rests comfortably, without effort. Notice the feeling of your cheeks now, and the corners of your mouth. They too can soften, as if a gentle hand has smoothed away every little crease of the day. Your whole face feels warm and relaxed, like a mask that has been carefully set down. All around you, the stillness deepens. The gentle sounds of the pool and the distant waterfall create a soft cocoon of quiet, Here, nothing presses in. Nothing asks for your attention. You are simply allowed to be. The longer you lie on the warm stones, the more your body feels like part of the ground itself. Edges blur. The line between your skin and the earth begins to feel softer, more open. You are resting on the land, and the land is holding you, steady and sure. Your legs are very heavy now, like smooth stones that have found their perfect place and no longer need to move. Your arms are just as quiet, resting by your sides, calm and complete. Your back and the hips feel entirely supported, every curve and hollow filled with gentle strength beneath you. The water at the edge of the pool continues its slow, tender rhythm. Sometimes a slightly larger ripple reaches the shore and brushes the stones with a soft, hushed touch. Each delicate sound seems to soothe the muscles of your body even more, as if the water is speaking to you in a language of calm. You might imagine the pool's cool clarity extending toward you, not to chill you, but to bring freshness to your rest. With every breath out, anything heavy inside can slide gently toward that quiet water. With every breath in, you draw in the pool's steady calm, its deep, settled peace. Far away, the waterfall keeps flowing. Always the same, always changing, never stopping, never demanding. Just a soft, continuous murmur that wraps this place in gentle sound. Like a guardian presence that stays awake so you do not have to. Your thoughts slow, like leaves drifting through the air. One by one, they touch the surface of your awareness and then slip down into the still depths, where they rest without echo. The space inside your mind becomes wider, quieter, like the calm surface of the pool at dusk. In this quiet, even your breath seems to forget it is breathing. It moves in and out on its own, easy and light. Your body knows exactly what to do, and you are free to drift, carried by the steady rhythm of air and the slow, sure support of the earth. Now the sense of being a separate shape on the stones begins to soften. You feel as if you are part of the quiet pool itself. Your stillness is the stillness of the water. Your calm is the calm of the earth beneath and around you. The pool rests. You rest. The waterfall whispers in the distance, soft and constant. Everything here is gentle and unhurried. You are held deeply and completely by this quiet place, by the warm stones, by the soft murmur of water, and by the deep, spacious silence that gathers all around. And you can keep sinking into this calm as slowly as you wish, letting the quiet deepen, letting your whole being settle, like a leaf drifting down through clear, peaceful water, all the way to the soft, waiting bottom. The sound of the waterfall is still there, calm and steady in the distance, like a soft, constant breath. The air around you is cooler now, quieter, more delicate. It feels as though the world has softened and everything is slowing down with you. As you rest here, imagine a fine, gentle mist drifting through the air. It comes from the waterfall, carried slowly toward you, like a tender cloud that does not hurry. It does not rush. It simply arrives, softly, quietly, wrapping itself around you. Tiny droplets float in the air, almost weightless. They move with the soft currents of breath and breeze, swirling and settling all around. You might sense them as a cool whisper along your skin, a delicate shiver of aliveness, comforting, fresh, kind. With your next easy inhale, imagine drawing in this pure, clear mist, cool, light air filling the nose, the chest, the belly. And as you exhale, long and slow, feel your body release just a little more. Tension trickling away, like fine sand slipping through open fingers. The mist gathers around your face. It kisses your forehead with a touch as soft as a sigh. It brushes your eyelids, your cheeks, the bridge of your nose. Barely there, and yet completely there. You may sense a coolness, a faint tingling, a gentle awakening of each tiny nerve. Another slow breath in. The air feels smooth and clean, like the first morning air after rain. Each inhale draws in calmness, clarity, quiet. Each exhale sends out the weight of the day. Thoughts, effort, noise, floating away, dissolving into the soft sound of water. Now the mist wraps around your hands. It curls lightly around your fingers, between them, around your palms. Every droplet is like a tiny, cool star resting on your skin, tingling, awakening, and then soothing, softening, unwinding. With each breath, notice how your hands grow heavier, even as they are cooled and refreshed. Muscles loosening, joints releasing. The mist carries away any leftover strain, as though it is rinsing you without touch, without effort, just by being there. Feel this fine blanket of moisture drift over your arms, moving slowly from wrist to elbows, from elbows to shoulders. Cool at first, then gently warm as your body welcomes it. Skin softening, nerves calming, the whole length of your arm sinking deeper into rest. Inhale, and picture the mist entering with the breath, reaching every quiet corner within. Exhale, and imagine the mist turning cloudy with old tension, old worry, and then disappearing into the air, leaving you clearer, lighter. Breath after breath, this gentle exchange continues. Freshness coming in, weariness flowing out. The sound of the waterfall is a low murmur behind all of this, steady, reassuring, like a distant lullaby. It holds the space for you. It keeps watch while you soften. Now the mist drifts lower, folding around your neck and shoulders. Cool beads of moisture touch the back of your neck, the place where effort so often gathers. Each droplet settles like a tiny blessing. With every breath out, the muscles here gently let go, unhooking from the day. Imagine the mist seeping into the spaces where you usually hold things tight, across the tops of your shoulders, along the sides of your neck, around the base of your skull. Coolness first, then warmth, then ease, as if the mist is quietly untying every knot. Your jaw softens, your tongue rests, your lips part just enough for the breath to move in and out without any work. The cool air of the mist brushes against your mouth as you breathe. In, smooth and refreshing. Out, long and slow, like a soft sigh that doesn't even need to be heard. Each exhale carries something away, a stray worry, a leftover thought, a small piece of tension that is ready to loosen. You do not need to name any of it. You only need to breathe and let the mist do what it knows how to do. Cleanse, cool, quiet. Now feel the mist resting across your chest. It settles like a feather-light blanket, cool at the surface, soothing deep inside. With each breath in, your chest rises gently into this soft cloud. With each breath out, it sinks back into comfort, wrapped and supported. Notice how your breathing has become slower now, more even. The inhale is smooth and unhurried. The exhale is longer, like a stream of air drifting through the mist, carrying anything heavy away. You are breathing with the waterfall, with the air, with the quiet. The mist gathers around your ribs, your sides, your back. It creeps into every curve, every hollow. No place is forgotten, No place is left untouched by this soft, cooling presence. You are being cradled from every direction, as if the air itself is holding you. Imagine that inside your body, the same thing is happening. Each inhale brings in cool, clear droplets of calm. They move through the chest, into the belly, along the spine. Each exhale releases used-up thoughts and feelings, like a faint, grey vapor disappearing into the night. Little by little, the mind follows the body. Thoughts begin to slow, like leaves drifting down through still air. Some may float by, then drift away again into the soft mist. Nothing needs to be chased. Nothing needs to be fixed. Everything is allowed to pass through. The cool touch of the droplets on your skin keeps you here, in this soft moment. Present, safe, held. You are wrapped in a veil of moisture and sound, each part of you gently attended to. Now feel the mist at your back, between you and whatever supports you. It seeps into the spaces you cannot see, cooling any last traces of strain along the spine. Vertebra by vertebra, the back settles. Shoulder blades melt. The lower back eases, as if the mist is cushioning you from inside and out. With every breath, you sink a little deeper into this cloud. You are not heavy, not light, just perfectly supported. The boundary between your body and the cool air around you begins to soften. Edges blur. You and the mist, you and the sound of water, become one gentle, quiet field of calm. Feel the mist around your legs now, over your thighs, cool and refreshing. Around your knees, releasing any small grip of effort. Down your calves, to your ankles and feet, each tiny droplet soothing, cooling, loosening. Your feet feel clean, light, almost floating. The fine moisture slips between your toes, around your heels, along the arches. Any last pieces of the day that might have settled here simply wash away into the invisible air. Gone, with another long, easy exhale. You are now completely surrounded. Above and below, in front and behind. On every side, the air is thick with soft, gentle mist. It does not press against you. It does not weigh on you. It simply holds you, like a cool, tender blanket made of breath. Each inhale now is like sipping from a clear mountain spring. Each exhale is like releasing a quiet, wordless prayer of release. Breath in, pure, refreshing coolness. Breath out, everything you no longer need. Notice how clean the inside of your chest feels, how quiet the muscles feel, how still the mind has become. Drifting at the edge of dreaming, yet still aware of comfort, of safety, of being wrapped and held. The waterfall continues its gentle murmur in the distance. The mist continues to drift and curl around you, never stopping, always tending, always soothing. You do not have to do anything now. The water, the air, the breath, they're all taking care of you. Feel how the mist has become like a soft cloud of cool light, gathered close to your skin. You are resting inside it, quietly floating. Thoughts are softer here. Feelings are gentler. Everything has more space. If anything returns to mind, it moves through this mist slowly, quietly, and then fades away again, as though the droplets themselves are cradling each thought and letting it dissolve into calm. You are wrapped in water and air and sound, supported from within, protected from without, cool, refreshed, and deeply at ease. Let the breath stay slow and spacious. Let the body stay loose and heavy. Let the mind drift and drift, resting here in this soft, misty cradle at the edge of sleep, where everything is quiet, and everything is tender, and everything is already at peace. Night has folded itself gently over the waterfall. The last traces of daylight have slipped away, and the sky above has deepened into a soft, endless indigo. The air feels cooler now, calmer, as if everything has taken a slower, quieter breath. The water still moves, still falls and flows, its murmur unchanged. A steady, comforting sound in the dark. You are resting close to the pool, where the stone is smooth and the ground is warm from the day. The soft rush of the waterfall reaches you easily, a familiar presence, always there in the background. Nothing presses for your attention. Nothing needs to be done. Only this gentle, steady sound, holding you in a calm, unhurried way. Above, the sky is wide and open, a deep, velvety blue stretched from one horizon to the other. As your awareness drifts upward, you sense the quiet shimmer of stars scattered across the darkness. Some faint, some clear and bright, each one a tiny point of light, far away, yet somehow comforting. They feel patient and kind, watching over the night without asking anything of you. Moonlight rests on the surface of the pool, pale and silvery. Where the water smooths out after its fall, the light stretches into a long, gentle ribbon, shifting with every small movement of the current. It looks soft, almost like a path of light reaching from the shore out toward the deeper middle of the pool. The reflections move slowly, rocking and swaying, as if the water itself is breathing. Closer to the waterfall, where the water descends, the moonlight breaks into thousands of tiny glimmers. Every droplet seems to catch the light for a heartbeat, then disappear back into the flow. The falling water makes a quiet, steady song, never hurried, never loud, just a constant murmur that fills the space around you. It feels like a promise that continues through day and night, always the same, always gentle. All around, the forest has softened into shadow. The shapes of trees and leaves are easy and dark, outlined only by the faint glow of the sky. From the branches and undergrowth, night sounds begin to weave themselves together. A soft chorus of crickets, the occasional rustle of small creatures moving through the leaves, maybe a distant call from a night bird drifting through the air. Each sound is gentle, unthreatening, part of a peaceful pattern. The forest seems relaxed, settled into its nighttime rhythm. Nothing feels sharp or sudden here. Everything blends with the waterfall's hush, joining its slow, soothing music. As you lie near the water, you can sense the coolness rising from the pool, brushing lightly across your skin. The ground beneath you is solid and supportive, holding your weight without effort. Clothes, blankets, or soft earth cradle your body, and gravity does the rest, drawing you down in a safe, easy way. Your muscles understand that they no longer need to hold you up. They can let go. Notice the way your body feels as it settles here in the dark. The back of your head resting, your shoulders releasing another layer of tension, your arms growing heavier and softer, your legs and feet no longer needing to move or help or carry you anywhere. The night is large around you, but it does not feel empty. It feels full of quiet presence. The sky stretches far above, wider than you can imagine, dotted with calm, distant stars. The trees stand like patient guardians, their leaves whispering lightly whenever a breeze passes through. Beneath it all, the waterfall keeps flowing, keeps singing its gentle, watery lullaby. As you breathe in, you draw in the cool, clean air of night. As you breathe out, you send away the weight of the day, a little more each time. Every exhale is a small release, a soft surrender. Anything that still clings, Any thought, any worry, any tightness can loosen and drift away with the out-breath, like mist disappearing into the darkness. The vastness of the sky might come into your awareness again. How wide it is, how deep, how quietly endless it seems, with its soft scatter of stars and the pale arc of the moon. Compared to that great spacious sky, your own presence here feels small, but in a comforting way. Small, like a seed held in the earth. Small, like a shell resting on the shore, cradled by the sand and the slow reach of the tide. Here, being small means being carried, protected, and surrounded by something larger and gentle. You do not have to hold up the sky. You do not have to hold up anything at all. The waterfall continues to keep watch. Its murmur is steady, unchanging, flowing through the minutes, through the hours without effort. You could be awake or nearly asleep, and that sound would still be there for you. A quiet friend in the dark, a soft, continuous thread connecting each breath to the next. Notice how the sound of the falling water rises and falls in your awareness. Sometimes it feels closer, clearer, like a soft whisper in your ear. Sometimes it drifts a little farther back, becoming a gentle background hum, like the heartbeat of the land itself. Either way, it is always kind, always soothing, always safe. If any thoughts wander in, they can be treated like leaves floating on the surface of the pool. You might catch a glimpse of them for a moment, then watch them drift slowly away, carried off by the current. The mind does not have to fight or push them away. The water of attention can simply keep moving, smooth and calm, while the thoughts grow smaller and slip into the distance. Now the darkness feels thicker, but not heavy. It feels like a soft blanket wrapped lightly around your shoulders, around your whole body, tucking you into this place. The night air touches your face, cool and gentle. Your eyes can rest, whether closed or almost closed, with nothing they need to look for, nothing they need to manage or understand. Around you, the forest breathes in its own slow rhythm. Leaves stir quietly now and then. An insect hums and falls quiet again. Far away, a faint sound comes and goes. Everything is slow. Everything is easy. Your breathing has found its own gentle pace. Each inhale flows in without effort. Each exhale falls away, soft and complete. Breath after breath, your body sinks deeper into comfort, held by the earth, cradled by the night, rocked by the distant murmur of the waterfall. In this moment, you are part of this whole peaceful scene, part of the dark sky and the silver pool, part of the trees and the soft chorus of night sounds, part of the quiet, timeless movement of water, flowing and falling and flowing again. The sense of time begins to dissolve a little. The difference between 1 minute and the next does not feel important anymore. There is only this gentle now, stretching out like the smooth surface of the pool under the moon. Calm, still, open. Anything that belonged to the day can be given to the night now. Any leftover thought, any unfinished story, any small concern that tries to hold on. You can imagine placing it carefully into the dark, star-filled sky above, where it becomes lighter and lighter until it disappears among the stars. The waterfall will keep its quiet watch all through the long, soft hours. Its sound will remain, even as awareness grows hazy and dreams begin to form. Like a gentle guardian at a distance, it will continue to sing, smoothing the edges of thought, washing away what is no longer needed. Breath and water both moving in an easy, endless rhythm. Inhale, exhale, flow, fall and flow again. a steady lullaby made of air and sound and night. Little by little, the outside world feels farther away. The noise of the day, its colors and demands, its many voices, all grow dim and distant. What remains is simple and kind. The soft night, the cool, calm air, the slow comfort of your body resting deeper and deeper. The stars will keep shining overhead. The trees will keep standing around you, quiet and strong. The waterfall will keep murmuring to itself, gentle and sure. And you can keep sinking into this cocoon of darkness and peace, surrendering to rest, letting the quiet carry you wherever you need to go, until there is only the faint, soothing hush of distant water and the quiet rhythm of your own breathing, merging together in the soft, healing silence of the night. The sound of the waterfall has softened now. It has faded back into the distance, a gentle murmur rather than a rush. Around you, the world feels quieter, slower, more spacious. The night air settles warm and calm against your skin, and everything begins to loosen. You find yourself resting on the surface of the water, held so easily you hardly need to do anything at all. The current is slow and kind, almost like a long, deep breath that never quite ends. Your body is supported from beneath, every inch of you gently lifted and cradled. There is nothing to push, nothing to hold, nothing to manage. The water moves so steadily that it feels almost still. Yet under that stillness, a soft, steady motion carries you forward. You are floating, weightless, almost as if you have become lighter than the air itself. The sense of effort falls away, like a coat being slipped from your shoulders. Each small sway of the current rocks you in an easy rhythm. A slow rise, a slow fall, a tiny turn, then another. Your body understands this motion at once, like remembering a lullaby you knew long ago. Muscles that were once alert now soften, and then soften again. Above, the moonlight rests on the water in gentle ribbons. They stretch and curl and fold as you drift, forming quiet patterns that shift without hurry. Light glides over the surface, following you, surrounding you in a pale, calm glow. Everything feels wrapped in this soft, silver stillness. You move as though you are being carried on an invisible raft. Nothing hard, nothing sharp, only the easy cushion of water beneath you. Each inch you travel feels smooth and unbroken, like gliding over silken fabric that never ends. There is no need to steer, no need to choose a direction. The current knows where it's going. It has always known since long before this night. It follows its own slow path, curving, bending, circling, always finding its way. Here, you can simply allow yourself to be taken along. Notice how safe it feels to float like this. Your body is held from every side, supported, secure. The edges of your thoughts begin to blur, like ink softening in water. Nothing has to be sharp or clear right now. Each gentle rock of the water is like a hand smoothing over your mind. Thoughts rise and fall, then wash away at the edges. They may appear for a moment, then dissolve back into the soft darkness around you. You do not have to follow them. They can come and go on their own. The only thing that continues is the slow circular motion of the drift. A subtle turning, a quiet swinging from side to side. You might feel as though you are moving in small, lazy circles, almost like a leaf on a calm pool. Always supported, always carried, never alone on the surface. With every moment, the waterfall behind you feels a little farther away. Its sound grows softer, blending into the background like a memory of sound. You know it is still there, far upstream, but here its voice is low and distant. Here, the dominant feeling is quiet, deep, and warm. Your breath naturally begins to match the gentle pace of the current. In, slow and soft, as the water lifts you. Out, just as slow, as the water lowers and rocks you. Breath and water rise and fall, moving together in one calm rhythm. Any need to watch or control begins to slip away. You do not have to look ahead, and you do not have to look behind. The river is already carrying you without asking anything in return. You are completely allowed to rest. If any small tension remains, imagine the water flowing through it, a cool, tender stream brushing through your shoulders, through your chest, through your back. Where it touches, it loosens. Where it passes, it leaves only softness and ease. The boundaries of your body begin to feel less defined. You might feel a gentle tingling at the edges of your arms and legs, a sense of lightness in your hands, your feet, your face, as if the water is gradually taking the weight from each part of you, one by one. You start to sense that you are drifting not just on the water, but within it, as though the current flows through your thoughts as easily as it flows beneath your body. Old worries, small concerns, plans for tomorrow. They lose their sharpness, turning into faint shapes that float away downstream. The moonlight moves with you, pouring over the surface like a soft, pale veil. It catches tiny ripples near your fingers, near your sides, then slides onward. These silver traces roll and fold, repeating their own quiet dance. Nothing is sudden, nothing is hurried. Everything is slow and circular. Time here does not need to be measured. Moments blend together, like waves folding into one another. You may feel you have been drifting for a long time, or only for a breath. Either way, it feels just right, just enough. Some part of you may still be awake and aware, noticing each shift and sensation. Another part may already be drifting further, sinking into a softer, dimmer space. Both are welcome here. You do not have to choose between them. Your mind can rest on the surface of this experience, or let itself sink gently beneath it. If thoughts appear, they can lie back on the water and be carried too. No thought has to stay. Each one can float away as quietly as it arrived. The current remains steady beneath everything, steady under your body, steady under your breath, steady under your thoughts. You may notice how easy it feels now to let go of direction. You do not need to know which bend comes next. You do not need a map or a plan. The river understands its own curves and turns. Surrender here is not a big event. It is a gradual, gentle loosening, like fingers slowly uncurling. One by one, the small habits of holding on soften and release, until all that is left is the simple act of being carried. You might feel as though your eyes, even if they are already closed, are growing heavier. Lids softer, forehead smoother, the space around your eyes warm and relaxed. Behind them, the inner landscape grows dimmer and more peaceful. Shapes and colors drift slowly, then fade into a comfortable haze. There is nothing you must stay alert for. No signal you need to wait for, no moment you might miss. The water will hold you, whether you are fully awake, half dreaming, or deeply asleep. It makes no demands. It simply continues to cradle and move you. At some point, you sense that the river has brought you to a quieter place. The motion slows even more, like the gentle end of a rocking. The air feels stiller here, and the water beneath you is smoother than ever. You have arrived in a private, hidden cove of calm. Around you, the sounds of the night are softer, as if wrapped in layers of distance. The faint echo of the waterfall is now only a low murmur far behind you. It barely reaches this sheltered place, like a soft memory resting at the edge of your mind. Only the quiet lap of water remains close. Here, the current moves in small, sheltered circles, rocking you in shorter, slower motions, almost like a cradle that has found its natural resting rhythm. Up a little, down a little, then stillness, and then another gentle sway. Your body is now so deeply supported that it feels hard to tell where you end and the water begins. Everything blends into a single field of comfort and ease. The muscles, the breath, the heart, all agree to slow down together. Nothing pushes, nothing pulls. There is only soft continuation. Thoughts, if they arise at all, feel faint and far away. They pass at the edge of awareness, like boats gliding far out on a dark, quiet lake. You may notice them, or you may not, and either way is perfectly fine. They cannot disturb the deep, heavy calm that has settled in you. In this silent cove of rest, you are completely allowed to drift off. You are allowed to forget where you started, or where you are going next. You are allowed to sink into the simple feeling of being held, fully and completely, supported by the water, by the night, by the quiet itself. If sleep comes, it can come softly, like a slow tide rising around you, first brushing at your feet, then your legs, then your chest, then your eyes, until it covers you in one continuous gentle wave of darkness and peace. Nothing to resist, nothing to change. The last sense of the waterfall is now only a hush in the distance of your mind. It has become part of your dreams, part of the background of this night. You float here deep in your own safe, silent cove, drifting quietly, carried easily, sinking farther into rest and then into sleep. The sound of the waterfall is still there, soft, steady, far enough away to feel gentle, close enough to feel familiar. The air is quiet around you now, body heavy, held, supported by the surface beneath you. Everything you need to do has already been done. Notice the way your body settles a little more with each breath, the way the muscles soften, the way the weight of you is carried without any effort. Nothing to hold up, nothing to hold together. The waterfall continues in the distance, a calm, even murmur, not asking anything from you, just flowing. The same soft sound over and over. As you rest here, sense how your own breathing begins to match that gentle rhythm. In and out, slow and easy. Feel the breath enter, cooler, lighter, then feel it leave again, warmer, softer, like a tide moving away from the shore. Each breath is simple, nothing to change, nothing to fix, just noticing how it comes on its own and goes on its own, somewhere in the middle of the chest, or perhaps a little lower, in the quiet center of the belly. Imagine a small place of light and sound, very soft, very calm. It is as if a tiny waterfall lives there, not made of water, but of gentle brightness, and a low, soothing murmur, like the distant falls, but inside. With each inhale, this inner waterfall glows a little more. With each exhale, it softens and spreads, like ripples of comfort through the body. No rush, just a slow, steady flow. Rest your awareness there for a while, in the center of the chest or the belly, wherever feels most peaceful. Let that quiet inner waterfall be the focus. The breath moves in, and the light at that center brightens. the breath moves out, and the sound of the inner falls smooths and softens every corner inside. A gentle rise, a gentle fade. Notice how the body responds to this simple attention. The jaw loosens, the tongue rests softly, the shoulders drop a little closer to the weight of the bed or mattress. Feel the back, broad and supported. Feel the hips and legs sinking down, the heaviness in the arms and hands, everything drawn gently toward the softness beneath you. Outside, the waterfall continues its calm, familiar song. Inside, this tiny waterfall of light and sound keeps flowing too. Two murmurs, blending, almost the same. After a while, it can be hard to tell where one ends and the other begins. The distance between outside and inside grows very small. Just one shared rhythm, breath, flow, quiet. Let the breath become a gentle tide that washes through this inner space. In, it moves toward that glowing center. Out, it drifts back out through the chest, through the whole body, leaving it softer each time. You may sense a clear, open space around that inner waterfall. Spacious, easy, like a safe, quiet pool. Nothing crowded, nothing demanding. In this inner space, thoughts can pass by like small leaves on water. They do not need to be stopped. They do not need to be followed. They simply glide past, carried by the same gentle current. Notice how easy it is to rest here, right at the edge of that inner pool, held in the steady sound of the falls within, breath moving slowly in and out like a lullaby. If anything feels tight or restless anywhere in the body, just imagine the soft spray from this little waterfall reaching that place. Cool, light, comforting. Let it wash over the area again and again until it begins to loosen. Each exhale can carry away a little bit of tension. Each inhale can bring in a little more ease. Nothing forced, nothing pushed, simply following what is already happening. Feel how safe this inner space is. It belongs only to you, always here, quiet, patient. The outer world can fade to the edges for now. The soft mattress beneath you is steady and kind. The blanket, the air on your skin, the gentle weight of your own body. Everything is supporting your rest. In this moment, there is nowhere else to go. No other sound to follow. Just this waterfall within, steady and kind, right at your center. The more attention you give it, the more it seems to glow with warmth. It is not bright or sharp. It is the kind of light that soothes the eyes of the mind. Dim, gentle, comforting, like the last soft light of evening. Let that warmth spread from your center, outward through your chest, across the ribs, into the shoulders, down the arms, all the way to the fingers, then down through the belly, the hips, the thighs, knees, the calves, ankles, to the feet and toes. Every part of you touched by this quiet inner glow. Feeling all of this, you may notice how heavy the body has become. So pleasantly heavy, as if you are sinking into a warm, quiet nest, supported from below, softened from within. Outside, the waterfall continues, far away and constant. Inside, its echo has become your own breathing, your own heartbeat, your own gentle stillness. Listen to that stillness now. It has a sound, even if it is very faint. The slow drum of the heart, the hush of the breath, the soft whisper of the inner falls. Everything moves together. Each beat, each breath, each soft flowing sound. All part of the same calm rhythm. Thoughts may still arrive now and then, That is all right. When they do, you can gently return to the feeling of the breath at your center, to the sense of that tiny waterfall of light and sound, quietly flowing inside you. Nothing can disturb this space. Even if sounds come and go, even if the mind wanders, this inner waterfall keeps moving calmly, the same as always. You can rest against it, lean into it, as if it were a soft pillow hidden beneath all experience. Every exhale lets you sink a little deeper into that support, a little deeper into the mattress, a little deeper into the calm inside your own chest or belly, down and down into ease. The difference between the outer falls and the inner one grows softer now. They mix together, just one gentle murmur in the background of your rest. Always there, always kind. Here, wrapped in this sound and this softness, you do not need to stay alert. You do not need to follow every word. You can drift. You can slide in and out of awareness, like floating between waking and dreaming. Your body knows how to sleep. Your breath knows how to guide you into deeper rest. This waterfall within knows how to hold you, even as you drift further away into quiet dreams. Breath slowing, body heavy and safe, mind unwinding and loosening its grip. The inner waterfall keeps flowing, soft and steady, right at your center. A calm you can always return to, or simply melt into now, as you drift and fall into deep, peaceful sleep. The night has grown very quiet now. Everything feels softer at the edges. The air around you is calm and still, and somewhere not far away, the steady murmur of water continues to whisper in the dark. You are already held in that sound, cradled by it. The waterfall does not rush. It hums and sighs in its own slow rhythm, and that rhythm wraps itself around your breathing, around your thoughts, around the gentle heaviness moving through your body. Nothing needs to change. Nothing needs to happen. You are already exactly where you are meant to be. Here, in this soft and quiet place, time loosens its grip and stretches out like a smooth, dark river. The distant water keeps flowing, always the same and always new. You do not need to follow it. You do not need to watch or listen closely. It is enough to know that it is there, moving peacefully through the night. Each breath rises and falls with an easy, natural sway. There is no effort in it, no work. In and out, in and out. As simple as a feather floating on a slow breeze. If any small thoughts drift in, they can sit gently at the edge of awareness, like leaves resting on the surface of a quiet pool. They do not need to be sorted or fixed. They can just float there harmless and light while you sink deeper into rest beneath them. The body understands what to do. Muscles soften, even if only a little. Joints unwind. The weight of you is fully supported, safe and secure, held by whatever is beneath you. You do not have to hold yourself up. The space around you has grown dim and hushed. It is like being wrapped in a soft, warm blanket of twilight. No sharp edges, no sudden noises. Just the constant, low, tender murmur of the water smoothing everything out. Notice how far away the day feels now. All its colors and shapes and voices have faded into a gentle blur. They are like distant lights on the other side of a hill, too far away to disturb you. Here, in this sheltered valley of sound, you are hidden and safe. If you are still awake, that is perfectly fine. Wakefulness can be quiet too. You can simply lie here, resting in the calm, letting the waterfall's soft echo fill the spaces between your thoughts, like a gentle hum in the background of your mind. If you find yourself halfway between waking and dreaming, That is fine as well. This in-between place is a kind of sanctuary. Here, nothing is required of you. You can drift a little, return a little, move lazily between the two without needing to choose. And if sleep has already begun to pull you down, you are welcome there. Sleep rises like a slow tide, cool and kind, lifting you off the shore of the day and carrying you into a deeper, quieter sea. You do not have to swim. You do not have to steer. You are simply carried. The waterfall stays with you as you drift, perhaps as a sound, perhaps only as a feeling of soft, steady movement in the background. It becomes part of the night within you, part of the gentle rhythm of your breath, part of the easy beat of your resting heart. You are completely allowed to stop trying now. No more effort, no more holding on, no more checking how you feel or wondering what comes next. Everything that needed your attention can wait until another time. Here, only simple things remain. The rise and fall of your breathing, the soft weight of your body, settled and still, the distant, unbroken murmur of water, like a quiet voice saying, again and again, "It's all right. You can rest." Every exhale is a small release, a loosening, a gentle letting go of the day, of thoughts, of tension you do not even need to name. They melt quietly into the darkness and drift away, carried off by the same current that carries the falling water downstream. You do not need to follow where they go. You can stay, right here, so still, so easy, letting the mind become softer and softer, like sand smoothing out after the waves have passed. In this quiet, your inner world can grow dim and spacious. Ideas and memories fade into soft shadows. Words grow fuzzy at the edges and no longer need to make sense. You are free to drift without direction, like a leaf turning slowly in a gentle eddy. Nothing presses in on you. Nothing demands your attention. The night folds around you in layers of quiet. Deep, deeper, deeper still. You are nestled inside it, at the calm center of everything. If a little bit of awareness remains, let it rest lightly, like a hand resting on a pillow. No gripping, no reaching, just resting. The mind, too, can lie down and be still for a while. The distant water keeps whispering, but it does not call you anywhere. It is simply there, a soft, constant comfort. It may fade to the edge of hearing. It may blend completely into the silence. Either way, its calm is already inside you. You are safe to stay exactly as you are, awake, resting, half dreaming, or far beneath the surface in deep sleep. Every state is welcome here. Every state is held in the same gentle, unhurried kindness. If sleep comes, it will arrive in its own time, like clouds drifting slowly across a quiet sky. There is nothing you need to do to invite it. It knows the way. It knows how to find you. You can simply lie here and allow the night to do what it does best. The body grows heavier now, or perhaps it feels lighter, almost weightless. Either way, it is deeply at ease. Every part of you is given permission to rest. Hands, feet, back, shoulders, neck, face. All of you is allowed to soften and sink. Thoughts may flicker and fade, like tiny sparks dissolving into the dark. Dreams may begin to form, slow and gentle, like mist rising over a still pool at dawn. You do not need to follow them. You can simply float within them, held and supported by the quiet underneath. The waterfall's murmur has become part of that quiet now. Not separate, not distant. Just a smooth, continuous presence, like a low, steady breath beside you. It fills the silence without breaking it. Here, You are completely at ease. Nothing is missing. Nothing is wrong. You are simply resting in the soft hum of the night, in the gentle music of water and breath and stillness. Allow yourself to drift as deeply as you wish, into silence, into calm, into the soft dark warmth of sleep, or the peaceful pause just before it. The night holds you. The water whispers on. Your breathing stays slow and steady. Everything grows quieter and quieter, until only the soft murmur remains, and even that begins to fade into a deep, soothing silence.